Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about this 257D Caterpillar that we have been trying out the last couple of days. We're going to share our thoughts on it, why we're demoing it, and we're going to talk about this track system here on it a little bit too. Let's walk around this machine and talk about some of the things Cat really hit and did a very good job with this machine. So first off, the track system I like a lot on these machines. We'll talk about that more in a bit, but trailering this the other day, I noticed it has got an extremely good hookup system here. It's a lot better than Takeuchi, just about as good as a New Holland we used to have. That is now sold though, so we are looking at getting a new machine for snow plowing and whatnot, which is why we're considering these tracks. But the hookup system here is very good. Backup lights on this are decent. They're not the best, they are decent though. What they could have done a little better is maybe have these lights sticking out. I know it's for protection is why they're in here, but if they were sticking out, then we could have light shining to the side and things like that. For snow plowing, etc., I would like to see lights facing the sides on this. Good lighting at night, especially in a snowstorm, is extremely important to us. As you can hear, this machine is actually quite loud. There's a lot of engine noise coming from it. There's not a lot of hydraulic noise, but there is a lot of engine noise. So that is one thing I guess that could be improved upon. Compared to the Case and New Hollands, those are extremely quiet machines. This thing is not as quiet as those. But another thing, looking at the outside here, Cat pretty much nailed the way this machine looks with their color combinations and everything. The way this back end looks and everything looks superb. It's probably one of the best looking machines on the market, no doubt. We actually did a push-off between this and the Takeuchi TL130, and I'll actually edit that video in right now. Yeah, so there you could basically see the Cat, when it came to being on dirt or a slicker surface, this track system excelled and it did a very good job. Alright, so this machine is completely closed up now. We are inside and it's not terrible on the inside, it's actually pretty quiet. So this is probably one of the most different things about this machine compared to any other machine on the market, what I would say would be their system settings. In here they've got operator settings, and this is where we can control the speed, which would be our left hydraulic here. That's how we can control that. We can go up or down with it and adjust the sensitivity there. Boom and bucket whatnot sensitivity there. Go down again to looks like how fast we are in Snail Mode, which we'll get into that in a little bit here. Looks like wheel speed limit or something like that, or speed limit here, which is at 100%. That one I'm not quite sure what it is. And this I want to say is like a fan cleaning or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what a lot of these are. If you guys know what these are, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what a lot of these things do. I know every once in a while this thing will make a noise. Sounds like it's cleaning out the fan. It like spins it in reverse or something like that, if that is the case. And someone knows that, let me know in the comments. But looks like we've got a job clock, fuel usage. It's got a lot of technology integrated into this machine. Very cool. We've got service intervals for different things going on in here. Events, alarms, view events, no active events. View logged. So not sure what any of these mean, if these are codes or something it's thrown in the past. Not sure. So basically there's a lot of technology in this machine along with the backup camera, as many people know, but just a lot of technology in this machine, which is really cool for us in the younger generation. I think it's very interesting. Here looks like we've got, I don't know exactly what that is, to be honest. We've got lights though, we've got an override, and looks like some type of hydraulic function. Over here we've got quick couplers, auto leveling. Looks like we've got the bunny mode, which can be activated down here on our left-hand trigger, which when we click that, you can see, we're gonna take it out of that. Yeah, you can see activated up there. And then we've also got snail mode for very fine movement. So this has got it's got the snail mode, it's got bunny mode, and it's just got your normal turtle, I guess, I don't know, in the middle. It's got all kinds of animals integrated into the system here. Looks like you can switch from that to a auxiliary or something like that. I don't know if anything comes up when I pull the trigger there. It looks like not. And then you've got another auxiliary here that you can turn on. We've got air conditioning, heat, wipers, our parking brake, everything like that. Alright, so as you can see, it moves dirt just fine. It can push it very well. It'll start to spin the tracks before it'll kill the machine, so hydraulics that way is strong. It's got good power that way. The only thing I noticed was, like I said, curling back. It doesn't curl back as far as our Takeuchi or New Holland did, or the Case, or the Kubota that we've demoed. This kind of reminds me of some older Bobcats, how they just didn't curl back very far. So that was the one thing I definitely did not like, along with reliability, things like that. We won't even get into it because A, we've never owned one for any period of time, so I guess I can't really attest to it. I've just heard of many different things online of reliability issues with these, and I guess I've seen a couple in person, but don't like that it doesn't curl back that far, and the hydraulics for curling back seem to be a little on the weak side. Hydraulics for lifting, the whole boom and everything seem fine. It's just the curling back doesn't seem as well. So basically, let's jump into why I like this track system so much, and how this can replace a wheeled machine. So yes, this obviously can replace a track loader, but can it replace a wheeled machine? And I believe yes, it can. Now, this track system originally was created by ASV, which is a skid loader manufacturer. They have the same track system. Caterpillar bought ASV basically for this track system. The rest of the ASV machines are pretty much junk. Just the track system is what they wanted, and that's what they got, and this track system is absolutely phenomenal, I believe. First off, it is, in some way or another, I am no expert, got suspension integrated into it, so it is very smooth, very good ride. Looks like some type of torsion system or something like that, judging by what we can see here. But as many of you who have owned these know, these idlers have got rubber. These are got a rubber coat on them here, and you can see they get chipped up easily if you're running in rocky soils or things like that. And basically, this machine's got 800 hours on it. You can see the condition they're in. I'm not sure how much longer these would last, but if you can see this one here, it is very chewed up, and that might not have much time left on it. Basically, these rubber idlers need to be replaced more often than a normal steel idler would, obviously, and they can get very expensive, and it is somewhat of a chore to replace them, as you have to jack up the whole machine, everything, take these off. I'd imagine you have to have the tracks off to do it as well, so can be a little bit of a pain there. And I've just heard that these have got a lot more maintenance required, which is rightfully so, because it's a much more advanced undercarriage system. So with the more moving components and the more advanced it is, the more maintenance has to be done to it as well, which makes sense. Now, why I say this can replace a wheeled skid loader is because A, wheeled skid loaders, or how we use a wheeled skid loader, is mostly for plowing, and B, is mostly used on blacktop surfaces or harder surfaces where we don't need to be making a light footprint and things like that in customers' yards, etc. With this track system and with this suspension here integrated into this and this whole undercarriage system, you can snow plow with these, and they're actually extremely effective snow plowing. Now, if you were to take a normal track loader snow plowing, you'd end up just sliding everywhere, skidding all over the place. It'd be 100% out of control, and you would get absolutely nothing done, so don't even try it. I've tried plowing our driveway up here with our Takeuchi, and as soon as I hit an ice patch, it's a pretty steep driveway, I literally will be doing 360s, spinning out of control until I get to the bottom of the driveway. It is 100% uncontrollable. And that is not the case with this undercarriage and track system here. So that is why I believe this track system can actually replace your wheeled loader and your track loader, and it can be all in one machine. Now, you have to do more maintenance on it, yes. And is it the best option? Would it be better than having just a wheeled skid loader and a track skid loader? Probably not. But if you're looking to buy just one skid loader to do the job of both, this is most likely the one you're gonna wanna get. And I believe it's Snow Wolf actually makes a winter track system for these, or a winter track for these, I should say, which is much better in snow and ice and things like that. And I've talked to a few people that have run them. They say it's absolutely phenomenal how much traction you get with the winter tracks and these this track system here that the Cat provides. It's absolutely phenomenal how much traction you can actually get. Now, Cat claims this machine is just as fast as a wheeled skid loader with the normal tires on it. Now, obviously, if you get the snow tires for a skid loader and you know, which are much taller, we'll bring it right up to right around 2,600 RPMs here, full throttle. And what we're gonna do is engage 2-speed, and we're gonna see how fast we get going. Actually, what I'm gonna do first is raise up the boom a bit so we don't bottom out. But as you can see here, this machine picks up and actually goes very well for a track machine. They're very quick. Now, I've got the windows open again because it got kind of hot in here, so it is a little bit louder. But this machine actually goes just about as fast as a wheeled machine with normal tires. Now, you put bigger tires on a wheeled machine, it's going to go a lot faster because you're changing the gearing essentially. One of the other things I like about this machine, having the technology that it does have, like our Takeuchi, you get in it and it's got 2-speed and that's it. Like I was saying, you can change the sensitivity with the controls and everything to get them right how you want. And it's also got this Snail Mode here that you can do. You can basically change your settings here, how much of it you want to have, whatnot. Basically, if I turn this down to 1 and I'll rev it all the way up, 2,600 RPMs, 25.6, and I'll push this thing full forward in Snail Mode. And what this does is it gives your controls much more sensitivity. So what you can do, turn this back down, is if you have to do fine movements, picking up pallets, loading pallets carefully onto a customer's truck, things like that, if you're in a yard, you can put this Snail Mode on, and you can see here that you can just get the tracks to move ever so slowly. If I can get it to focus. You can get them to move very slowly, whereas if you disengage it and have it in normal mode, it's hard to get that fine movement out of it. It's a little more jerky because it's made for just doing more abrupt things and moving a little bit faster, I guess. So in short, that is what I personally like about this machine. The technology in it is really cool. Being a younger kid, obviously, technology has been a huge part of my life. I've grown up around technology, being born in the 90s, so I've had all this technology my whole life, and now seeing it integrated into these machines, I think, is very cool as well. Just like some of the newer Volvo equipment, if you guys have been following the channel, you've seen that we ran some brand new Volvo excavators. We ran a 145 and a 380, and the technology in those is much better than this, and it's actually very cool. The link to those videos is in the description if you want to see that. But basically, just really cool seeing technology integrated into these machines. Alright guys, battery died in the camera, so I'm switching over to my phone quick just to wrap this up. But basically that's about it. Like I was saying, I like the track system, I like the technology in this machine, and it's not a bad machine overall. It's really the reliability thing that is tough for us to get over, because it's hard to dump 50 grand, 60 grand into a track loader and then, you know, so many months down the road have all these different issues with it. Even though it's under warranty, you have downtime, things like that. It costs you money. So reliability, and from what we've heard from other people, really turns us off from this machine. But it is still a very good machine. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these Caterpillar 257Ds, or just specifically this undercarriage system, these mid-size loaders, and Caterpillar in general as reliability. If you guys have got experiences with you know, Cat having issues or things like that, let me know in the comments. Or if you guys love it, you've got a lot of hours on them and they work just fine, let me know, because I'm really interested to see. This could be a viable option for us for a new machine. So let me know what you guys have had experience wise with these machines. I'm really interested